The 2021 Camping World Truck Series schedule has been revealed, and Matt Tifft and B.J McLeod's team has been revealed, and they will be called Live Fast Motorsports. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to another video. The first thing we're going to talk about is the NASCAR Gander Outdoors Truck Series schedule. As yesterday afternoon, it was revealed. I'm going to go through the schedule and then talk about the key changes to the schedule and talk about the races that we're gaining and races that we're losing for the 2021 season. Let's go ahead and talk about the truck schedule. So, to start off with the truck schedule, we will head to Daytona International Speedway, and then on February 19th, a week later, we will race at Homestead Miami Speedway. Right after that, on March 5th, we will be headed to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and then on March 20th, we will race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And then right after that, on March 27th, we will race at the Bristol Dirt as a companion event for the NASCAR Cup Series. We know the Xfinity Series will not be racing at the Bristol Dirt, but we will race at the Bristol Dirt for the Truck Series on March 27th. Right after that, on April 17th, we'll race at Richmond International Speedway. And then on May 1st, we'll race at Kansas Speedway. And then after that, we will head on May 7th to Darlington International Speedway for the second time in the last 2 years and only the third time in the last 10 years. So really good to see Darlington back on the schedule for the Truck Series. It was a really good show last time and great to see Darlington back on the schedule. Right after Darlington, on May 22nd, we will race at COTA, Circuit of the Americas. Really excited about that event. First of 3 road courses on the schedule. You heard that right. There are 3 road courses on the Truck Series schedule in 2021. Right after COTA, on May 28th, we'll race at Charlotte International Speedway. And on June 12th, we will race at Texas Motor Speedway. Right after Texas, for the first time since 2011, we are headed back to Nashville Super Speedway for the Truck Series. That will probably be a really good show. Right after Nashville, we will head on June 26th to Pocono International Speedway. And then on July 9th, instead of going to Eldora, we are going to Knoxville International Speedway, the track known for the Knoxville Nationals up in Iowa. So we're still staying at Iowa, and I'm really excited about the Knoxville Nationals. Talk about that track here very soon. And then right after that, as a cutoff race before the playoffs take place, on August 7th, we will race at Watkins Glen. Now we're going to talk about the playoffs work. So the round of 10 will kick off on August 20th at Gateway International Speedway, and then on September 5th, we will race at Canadian Tire International Speedway, and then after that, to cut off the round of 10, on September 16th, we will cut off at Bristol Motor Speedway. And then in the round of 8, we will race at Las Vegas on September 24th, on October 2nd at Talladega, and then the cutoff race before the championship for Phoenix will take place on October 30th at Martinsville International Speedway, and then the final race on November 5th will take place at Phoenix International Speedway. Overall, I really like the diversity of the schedule. There's a lot of things that are really cool about the schedule. So let's talk about the tracks that are getting at it and the tracks that we are losing races for in 2021. The first one, we're going to talk about the tracks that we are losing. So, unfortunately, it was announced yesterday officially that Eldora was not going to be returning to the schedule next year. Chicagoland and Kentucky will not be racing next year as well. Iowa loses their date as well. And Texas loses one of their dates. Dover loses their date. They have been pushed over to Nashville Super Speedway. And then we lose the Michigan date, which kind of is surprising because usually the Truck Series puts on a really good show at Michigan International Speedway. So that kind of sucks that Michigan's losing their date. I can care less for Xfinity and Cup because their races are generally bad. But Trucks usually puts on a really good show at Michigan. So that's kind of surprising. But let's talk about the tracks that are gaining days. And there's a lot of new tracks on the schedule. First one, Knoxville is going to replace Eldora as the standalone dirt event. I really am happy that Knoxville's coming to schedule. For those who don't know, it's like the biggest dirt, one of the biggest racetracks for the dirt series. It's home to the Knoxville Nationals. I am really excited about this event. It does suck, like I said, that Eldora is not going to be returning to the schedule next year, but you're getting a really good track to replace it. If Eldora was to be replaced, I think Knoxville is a really good option, and you're going to see a lot of people probably from the World of Outlaws and from the Dirt Series that are probably going to try to run this event. So that is really exciting and great to see Knoxville coming to the schedule. We're also going to have another dirt race as well at Bristol Dirt to be a companion event for the NASCAR Cup Series. So you're going to get 2 dirt races in 2021, which that is really exciting. Right after that, COTA. Really cool to see COTA. Usually the Truck Series puts on really good events on the road course side of things. So I'm really excited about that COTA truck race. Definitely the truck race more. I'm really excited about the Cup race as well. But the COTA truck race, that is going to be really exciting. And then for the first time, I believe, since 2000, we are going to be headed to Watkins Glen for the Truck Series. I know a lot of people are really excited about that, and I'm excited about that race as well, because usually, like I said, the truckers put on a really good show. And then for the first time since 2011, like I mentioned a little bit ago, we are headed to Nashville Super Speedway, and I think the trucks will put on a great show for that track as well. And then we are headed back to Darlington International Speedway. I'm looking at the truck schedule. This truck schedule is really, really, really good. You have a really diverse schedule, and what I notice is, really other than Bristol and Las Vegas, you're not getting more than one race at a track, and technically, you're only getting one race at Bristol since Bristol Dirt is different than the regular Bristol track. So that's really, really cool to see. Looking at Knoxville and Bristol Dirt, I think you have to look at Haley Deegan being a favorite for that. You have to look at Stuart Friesen being favorites for that. Sheldon Creed being a favorite for that. And if David Gravel and other dirt guys come over to that series, I think those guys are generally going to be the favorites. Going to bet maybe Chase Briscoe runs. Maybe Kyle Larson runs the truck race at Knoxville, for all we know. He does have experience in Knoxville. Who really knows what's going to happen? But I really do like this schedule a lot. I would honestly give this a 9.5. I think that this is the second best compared to the Cup schedule. I still think the Cup schedule is arguably the best schedule of the three. But I think that this comes in a very close second because, like I said, you have a very diverse schedule for the NASCAR Truck Series. I really like it, and it is a good schedule. I'm really excited for the Truck Series next year. They only have 22 races compared to 23. I think the big race in Michigan didn't get a race because it's supposed to happen during the Gateway weekend as well for the IndyCar Series, so that really is the reason why Michigan didn't happen. Really cool. Also, one less race at Texas. I'm kind of glad to see the Texas only getting one race for the Truck Series, even though it's not a terrible race. That last race at Texas was generally really good. I think that the one race at Texas for trucks will probably be pretty good. Trucks race really good at whatever track regardless. Even at Pocono, they run pretty good. So I like the schedule in general, and the schedule is really, really cool, and I'm glad to see that we finally have the Truck Series schedule for 2021. A lot of exciting things coming for the Truck Series. And now we get into the other big story of this episode. Matt Tifft and B.J McLeod's team has finally been revealed earlier today, and their team name is going to be called Live Fast Motorsports. They will be the number 78, and B.J McLeod is going to be the driver. Now, here's something that is really, really cool about this team, as this team will have a Stewart-Haas Racing Technical Alliance. So think of this team being like where Go Fast Racing is, and I think that they will probably start off in there, where they will probably start in about that position. So they'll probably be running about where Go Fast Racing was in 2021. I really am excited for this team. I know that this team will probably at first not be a really competitive team. They'll probably be running closer to the back marker area. They'll probably still be a mid-pack team, but the fact that they got a Stewart-Haas Racing Technical Alliance, that's going to be really cool. Now, I don't expect them to get, like, new cars immediately. They're probably going to get cars like 2017 and 2018, which if they get 2018 cars, those cars generally are not going to be too bad. But I'm very intrigued to see what engineers are going to get and stuff. But, yeah, really cool. I really thought John Hunter was going to end up being the driver for this team, or another driver who's left another organization like a Corey LaJoie. But, yeah, I'm really excited about this team. You know, I think B.J McLeod is a really good, underrated driver. He honestly is a very, very good driver as well. When he's racing in the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series, he generally runs up in like the 15th and 20th position for his cars, which really isn't that bad. He's honestly a really good driver. He does do pretty well when he drives for JD Motorsports as well. So, yeah, people thought Matt Tifft was going to be the driver. Matt Tifft, you know, he's not racing because of his complications. But, yeah, that's another team that has shown up, and I'm really excited about this team. You know, like I said, expectations for this organization, I really think that they're, like I said, they're not probably going to be a top 10 or top 20 organization. I think ultimately their goal is to kind of run in the top 30, you know, try to get a top 30 in the championship standings. But you have to understand that the competition for next year is a lot more stronger. You know, there's a lot of really strong teams there. I look at 24, 25 teams right now in the Cup Series that are going to end up having a shot at making the plus. I really don't think that this team, Live Fast Motorsports, is immediately going to be a playoff team, but maybe over the years, with them having that Stewart-Haas Racing Technical Alliance, maybe that team will, over time, as time goes on, maybe that organization will become a better organization, and they will have time to grow. I think, like I said, they'll probably start out by running where Go Fast Racing was, which, again, that is honestly not a bad start for a team like this. Kind of starting off, you know, really, really slow, but as time goes on, especially over the next couple of years, if they are to stick around for the long term, you know, how are they going to be? I think, like I said, their goal is to finish top 30 in the standings. If they can do that, they have set themselves up for the future. And as time goes on, they'll probably set their goals high, trying to get wins. And maybe as time goes on, maybe they'll expand as an organization because, again, they are running full-time. They do have a charter. They acquired the Go Fast Racing charter, so they're going to be racing every single week. So they can gain experience and become a better organization for the future. And I'm really excited for this team. I really am. Like I said, I think 23XI Racing and Trackhouse Racing, which are the other two new organizations, I think they're not going to be as good as them. But that being said, I think that they're still going to be a really solid candidacy team to kind of be taking the place of Go Fast Racing. I cannot wait for next year. There's so many new organizations coming in this sport. You got 23XI Racing, you got this organization, and Trackhouse Racing. And by the way, I didn't mention this. This car looks really, really, really cool. I hope that this car they run because I love the car that they teased us. It looks really, really cool. Love the logo as well, by the way. Whoever designed that, you should be deserving a pay raise and should be going to a pretty good team as well because you design a really, really awesome car, and I really generally like this car. It looks really, really cool. I like that this team is coming in, and like I said, I thought John Hunter or someone else is going to be taking this ride, but really cool to see Live Fast join NASCAR. Really cool to see a new organization. So with this team being announced, the question is, we're going to talk about silly season a little bit as well at the end of this episode. What happens with the rest of silly season? Because now you have three drivers that are really still in silly season we have to talk about. You have Corey LaJoie, you have John Nemechek, and you have Ty Dillon as the only three major drivers remaining. There are rumors and rumblings that John Hunter could go back to Kyle Busch Motorsports. I've heard those from a couple people, though I think that there's a chance that John Nemechek could end up going to a team like Spire Motorsports or somewhere else, I think there's a chance he could go to Spire Motorsports and join, I think, Corey LaJoie. I think Corey LaJoie is going to go to Spire. He's been reported as leading front runner to go to Spire Motorsports. You also could think that Ty Dillon maybe goes to Spire Motorsports, but I've heard rumblings that he could go to RCR's Xfinity Series program. They're looking at having two cars for 2021, one with Ty Dillon. The other one I've heard is maybe with Anthony Alfredo or Maya Sauer. Maya Sauer does bring some funding to back him up, so there is that possibility. But we'll have to watch what happens, and we'll have to kind of see what the future holds in store for, these 3 or 4 drivers. Because, again, I do expect those announcements becoming very, very shortly. Maybe today they'll happen. Who really knows? But, yeah, really cool to see a new organization like Live Fast Motorsports. I'm really excited to see them, and glad to see we're going to have a new organization in the NASCAR Cup Series in 2021. That brings a lot of excitement and joy to my eyes. So, anyway, that is going to be for today's NASCAR news video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, turn notifications so you be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, links description below for that, and comment your thoughts on today's video. What are your expectations for Live Fast Motorsports? Are your expectations high for this organization, or do you think they're going to run kind of as a back market organization? Let me know in comments below. And what do you think in general about the 2021 NASCAR Truck Series schedule? Do you like the Truck Series schedule or not? Let me know in comments below. Anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I will see you guys next time. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you do like these videos so YouTube can recommend these videos out to a lot of good people. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.